Hello everyone, Dr. Peter's Coffee Cup here, and I'm going to talk to you about TikTok feminist. Now on my front page on TikTok, for some reason, there's a lot of feminists there, and they make videos mocking men, saying, "The male loneliness, it soothes my soul. Satan, yes." And they say, "Yes, more men need to jump." Off a trampoline, of course. But, and there's this one comment I seen a long time ago. This woman said, this guy needs to abort his 8-year-old kid. Just because, they say that a lot, actually, that men need to be aborted. But specifically, this guy's 8-year-old son. Pretty weird. Creepy. And, what... They're supposed to be the arbiter. They always talk about emotional intelligence. So they're the arbiters of emotional intelligence, right? And they're talking like that. Yeah, they're the arbiters of psych meds. But why are they like this? Well, I like to, find out why things tick, if you will. Yeah, so I go into their profile picture. It's the first thing I do. Here's one. Yeah. She's so big she can't even... She fills the whole camera that she was taking a picture on. I can't even fit her in all the way. Another one. I know, my face was her face when I seen her face. But, yeah, so, why the angry? Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. And, specifically, you gotta think about it, okay? There's lots of women that aren't that great looking, and they have partners, husbands, that love them, and friends, whatever, because they're actually pleasant people to be around. And maybe those women that are pleasant but not that great looking, they're not shallow, and it doesn't take them much to be happy. They just want someone decent in their life. They're not asking for a millionaire or the top great looking guy so they can make their friends jealous. But these women, that's what they're after. And they can't get as well as other shallow women because they don't look as good. So they're very, very angry. See, what it is, if you also look, they have big mental problems. Like I said, they're not pleasant to be around. They have messed up wiring in their head. And that's why they need the money, the best looking guy. And if they did get that, they still wouldn't be happy. They'd want more and more because it, like a serial killer or something, they have something missing in their brain that they just keep trying to attain, and they can't fulfill it. They can't be content. And when you look at these angry feminists, that's all it is with every one of them. They have that missing part where they can't be content or happy, easily. And they're angry when they just can't meet that the big dopamine hits that they need. But it can never be fulfilled. Like there's this one woman in England, France. She had her husband, a millionaire, and that wasn't enough for her. So she took her husband's like $1 million and gave it who she thought was Brad Pitt. But it turns out it was an AI pictures of Brad Pitt. She was so hoping that she would finally meet her fucking need in her head. The part that's missing. I'm gonna get that fucking dopamine hit or whatever. It wasn't Brad Pitt. She just got scammed. But my point is, these people, when they get their millionaire husband or whatever, they'll still never be happy. Oh, I know I got these millions in this big mansion. But you know what? Susie's husband bought her an island. I want an island, and I want it to have another island on it. I want it to be bigger than Susan's. And that's just the way it is for these people. And let's see here. See, no, they don't want. Here's a TikTok feminist. They don't want a good guy that'll treat them right. That's not enough here.
Only 80% of women want the top 20% of men. Yes!
There we go. When they tell you who they are, listen, okay? When someone tells you who they are, listen, okay? See, I'm right about this. They have something in their head. It's fucked up, and they'll never fucking fix it. Unless, Elon Musk can do his brain chip in these psycho bitches. And let's see here. There's this one post. Okay, this woman said that her man doesn't work or something, and she still loves him. And then there's these feminists showing up like clockwork. You need to leave him, sister. Trying to, crabs in a bucket, pull her down. And, yeah. It's like, here's one. They're all liars, even the good ones. Yeah, the good ones aren't good enough for you. That's what it is. They're not Brad Pitt. Why don't you go get yourself an AI Brad Pitt, you fucking weirdo. And here's one. They wanted us to hear that we would lower our standards. When they tell you who they are, listen. Okay? They want more. I was with a girl. She's sweet. Trying to make sure I was happy, and I said, you're more than enough. I told her, you're more than enough. And, just doesn't take much for a normal person to be happy. I'm not just fucking. See, there's this trend a few months ago, man versus bear, and these women saying they'd rather be with the bear than a man because men are dangerous. And, well, at the same time, there's also a trend, this handsome guy from Florida, Wade Wilson, and he was actually dangerous. He ran women over with his car, and he was actually dangerous. Now, at the same time, there were all these videos, let's say a guy crushing a cupcake because he thought it was funny. Well, woman would say, at least I shouldn't say all women aren't crazy like this. Most probably aren't actually. But he would crush the cupcake, let's say hypothetically, because this is how stupid these comments were. And these women would say, he crushed the cupcake, this is why I choose bear. Ha 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 ha. And there were comments like that on videos, seriously, all over at the time. But when you go to these Wade Wilson videos with this handsome man, these same women, I looked at their profiles and shit. I did my research. And these same women, they were saying, how sad, what a waste, he's so handsome. Oh, he's so handsome, such a waste. And there were no bear comments in those Wade Wilson videos. Absent. I scrolled and scrolled, there were none. None. And I found a few comments that said, this guy's nasty. Shame on people for saying he's handsome or whatever. They're actually a conservative woman. I looked in their profile. I'm not trying to go there, but anyways, my point is, that's all it is. These feminists that hate men, they just want that handsome man or whatever. They probably want hookups with really handsome men. And, well, the handsome men that do hookups, they're going towards the most beautiful women because hookups are fucking shallow. It's a number of things, but with the Wade Wilson thing, my point I'm getting at is, you see, they say emotional intelligence, and oh yeah, us women hate men. Who set up that system? Oh, that's the dumbest one. And they use these stupid words or whatever, or they hide behind a few bad men doing some bad things, while most men aren't doing that. They hide behind those bad men as like a human shield to say the most hideous shit, like 8-year-olds should be aborted if they're males, or they use them as human shields to, if like I said, they are shallow. These women are shallow, and they have mental disorders. So they use these human shields as a way to say, don't look at me, I'm not the reason why I can't get any men. It's because all men until no men, they're the ones stopping me from getting the man I want. And I guess what I'm just trying to say is, I feel like most women, okay, they're not gonna be angels or whatever, but they're not like these TikTok feminists that don't go outside ever, except the witching hour. I will find thy 8-year-old child and abort. See, That's all it is, and these men try to reason with them in the comments and whatever, and it's like you can't just stay away from them, you know, like ugh. You know what I like too? They say us women are remaining single. What, you speak for the millions, billions of women that are married? And it's just a few of you that don't go outside. And, but yeah, basically, it's like if you try to reason with them, it's like you going into a mental hospital and sit down with them, and you're like, hey, listen, what you did to that guy to lead you into this mental hospital, please put down the piece of cake and cheeseburger. I'm trying to talk with you. Now listen, what you did to that guy, shouldn't have done that. It wasn't nice. And her response to you would be like, okay. So, why you try to reason with these crazies? Just leave them be and let them. They're so crazy, aren't they? Fuck. They're missing something in their head, okay, that you can't give them. Literally, it's not a metaphor. They're fucked up. They can never be satisfied. That's all it is.